Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Power is Now teleconference. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. Later, we'll conduct a question-and-answer session, and instructions will be given at that time. If you need operator assistance, please press star then 0 on your touch-tone telephone. As a reminder, this conference is being recorded. And now, your host of the Power is Now, Eric Frazier. Sir, you may begin.
Good morning and welcome to the Power is Now teleconference. It's another beautiful day in sunny California. It's really a gorgeous day outside and a great day to talk about short sales and how to effectively manage the transaction. My name is Eric Frazier, host of the Power is Now teleconference, and this is our 70th teleconference. It's amazing how quickly time goes by. I'm really so proud that you have been with us all this time. Many of you have been with the Powers Now from day one, and you have listened to all 70 teleconferences, and I hope you are the better for it. I'm also the president of the Orange County Association of Real Estate Brokers, a chapter of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. And please go to our website at ocareb.org. You can also check out the national organization at NARB.com, NARB. Please go to the websites and find out what's happening here in Orange County, find out what's happening nationally. It's a great organization doing great things for realtors and real estate professionals in the community. I'm also the branch manager, Wells Fargo Home Mortgage, North Orange County Markets, and I lead a team of dynamic mortgage consultants. I really do, folks. These people are very professional, very, very knowledgeable, and you can contact any member of the team on our team website at thedoitnowteam.com. thedoitnowteam.com. And if you're listening outside of Orange County, please go to wellsfargo.com/mortgage and get in contact with a local home mortgage consultant. One of the reasons why you should consider using Wells Fargo is because of our close-on-time guarantee. It's not offered by any other lender in the industry. And the guarantee essentially states that if we fail to close the transaction on time for a reason, that's within our control, we will make the borrower's first month's payment. In fact, we actually write a check to the client for the first month's principal and interest payment. It's really a phenomenal program, and the realtors who work with us love it because they know we are absolutely committed to closing it on time. It costs the bank a lot of money when we don't do that, and we want to we're committed to providing absolutely fantastic service, meeting your expectation as a listing agent or the selling agent, and closing the transaction on time. So please consider using the Do It Now team on your next transaction. The phrase, the power is now, suggests that we maximize our potential for success in business and life when we act on information and opportunities now. The present is our future because the future is only a reflection of our past decisions to act now. Today, on the Powers Now is how to effectively manage the transaction by Stephen D. Weiss, Senior Vice President of the Foreclosure Response Team. And I'm really happy that Stephen has taken the time out of his busy schedule to join us today. Let me share a little information about Stephen. Mr. Weiss is responsible for the development and implementation of the company's strategic initiatives, including joint ventures and corporate alliances. He directs the expansion of the company's nationwide broker and title network. Prior to joining Response Team, Mr. Weiss was a managing director with the Aztec Group, a merchant banking firm focused on acquiring commercial and residential real estate assets and financial instruments. Mr. Weiss also served as co-head of the Ackman Ziff Real Estate Equity Advisory Group and as managing director and principal of Cantor Fitzgerald Wall Street Realty, where he was instrumental in launching and expanding the first secondary marketplace for private real estate securities. He also spent several years in the debt capital markets groups of Lehman Brothers, Credit Suisse, and First City Bancorp, trading a wide range of securities and whole loans and managing the liquidation of distressed loan portfolios. Mr. Weiss earned his BBA and BS from the University of Texas and his MBA, MS degrees from Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania. Thank you, Stephen, for being on The Power Is Now today.
I appreciate it. Thank you for allowing me to join you and your members.
Well, we're really excited about this conversation. You know, last week, Bob McManus, he's an excellent dynamic trainer, talked about HAMP and HAFA. And I really appreciate my daughters who stood in for me. That was a great call, folks. If you really want to understand the HAMP and HAFA guidelines, please go to our Facebook site. It's facebook.com/Power is Now, and you can listen to that call. In fact, you'll be able to listen to this call today, sometime this week, or sometimes actually by Monday evening. This call will be posted on the website and available for listening. So get ready to take some notes. You're going to learn a lot today from Stephen about managing the transaction. So, Stephen, tell me a little bit about the foreclosure response team. Where are you guys based? How long have you been in business?
The company is based in South Florida, Fort Lauderdale to be exact. You know, we put the company together. We started it in the end of 2007, early 2008, in response to what was quickly developing here in Florida with the troubles in the marketplace and a rapid deterioration in values and wholesale delinquencies and defaults that we're looking for solutions. We operate nationwide. Our partnership with Default Servicing Solutions, which is one of the largest default servicers in the country, gives us a very unique entree point into the mortgage servicing world, as they have contracts with many of the top servicers to do a variety of loss mitigation work. And we've been able to effectively expand those relationships given the need and the immense benefits of short sales within the servicing world.
Now, so about 2007, and you guys have been around for about 2007, you're 3 years in the handling transactions, managing short sale transactions. How many have you done actually over this time?
Sure. Well, you got to understand that our partner DSS has been in the default servicing world for well over 20 years.
Okay.
And between our two organizations, we've handled tens of thousands of short sales. The vast majority have been servicer driven, but our group has handled on behalf of the realtor community nationwide, somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 files, whether it's actually managing the transaction, providing guidance, consultation, support, and then with DSS, the work we've done with them on a variety of other files and work for the bank. So we've seen a lot. You know, we're not the largest out there. We're not the biggest volume producer, but we do have a very unique process and methodology that we have employed that now that our system has been fully built, was completed really the middle of last year and fully implemented throughout the third and fourth quarter of this year, now is really ramped up, and our growth has been fairly substantial since the third quarter of 2010, just given the benefits and the service that we can provide to the realtor community.
Well, we know the foreclosure market in Florida has been, it's devastated the market out there, and not just Florida, but that's a hot spot for Florida, California, Las Vegas. What is your unique value proposition to real estate agents in dealing with short sales and trying to, take advantage of the opportunity? In fact, I want to ask you this about the opportunity because many realtors are just really frustrated with short sales, and many are going back trying to do traditional sales.
Yeah, we see that all the time. What really separates us and what we've done differently and what was the unique vision of this organization was that we looked at the short sale transaction and that the way these deals get done, you really need to employ technology to manage it because the organization and the data required is immense. So you have to have a system that really has the ability to control and move these files efficiently. But you also need the ability to coordinate the efforts of all the parties involved. And we really heavily focus on core competency. So, we want the realtors in these transactions to focus on being a realtor. And from our experience, most of the realtors really want to focus on selling real estate and managing the transaction with their client, growing their business. The attorneys in our network, and we do have attorneys across the country, that's the fastest growing portion of our network now, provide legal support and guidance and counsel to the seller and provide the lead to us on the negotiation process with the servicer. The title company network we've built provides due diligence and upfront work to help us get the transactions put together and then provide closing services. And then our centralized loss mitigation team manages the transaction. What really makes us unique and different than anyone else is that we chose, and this was after our due diligence and research and speaking with most of the major banks on how they were processing these transactions, was that we focus on the realtor. So we assign our negotiators to realtors, and that negotiator works with every realtor on every one of their transactions. So if you're working on 3 or 4 deals and you've got first and seconds on all of them, and you've got a couple of HOAs, and there's a tax lien or there's other encumbrances on there, there's lots of work to be done to get those things completed. Lots of phone calls that agent needs to make or whomever's handling the file. We simplify it. We give them one point of contact, and we have created a uniform process. And what do I mean by that? Meaning that when you're working with us, all those files you're working with us, you're talking to one person within our organization on a consistent, regular basis. You can track and manage the transaction in real time on our web-based platform. So you log in, you'll see exactly what's occurred on your files, what the next step is, what the most recent discussions have been with the servicer, if there's a task for you to get done with the seller, what our anticipated timeline is looking like, so on and so forth. We really try to give as much information in as simple a way as possible for those realtors who are always on the go, managing lots of different activities, lots of different transactions, and who really need someone they can trust to get things done. We provide that because even though we're doing the heavy lifting and we're taking care of all the work with the bank, that realtor plays an integral role because they're the captain of the ship. So when you log in, you have the ability to communicate with your personal processor or negotiator via phone, via email, via notes on the system. If you see something, you want more information, you can direct those people, hey, what's going on with this? Why are we doing that? Why is, B of A doing it this way? Why aren't they doing it that way? Hey, I got this to you 3 days ago. What's wrong with it? Boom, boom, boom. So you're able to really play an integral role, guide the transaction in a manner that you think best suits the needs of your client, but understand we work under procedures and operating guidelines that are very effective in getting these deals approved and closed. So again, we're taking a lot of that heavy lifting off the burden off the shoulders of the realtor, putting it on ourselves and on the attorneys, allowing that realtor to grow their business, take on more short sales if that's what they would choose to do. Because from what we've seen out there, the vast majority of realtors average about 15 to 20% closing rates on the transactions they self-manage or that they pass to a title company or some attorney they know. Again, it's not a very high percentage, and we speak to the banks, and the banks tell us the biggest impediments is the fact that there are so many people doing short sales in so many different ways that they can't have the consistency and uniformity that they really crave. DSS, which is our partner, which is the value they add to us, is that because of their experience and knowledge, we're able to work with the banks to create that uniformity, to create process that hasn't existed. The banks love us. The simple reason is that they know that if a package comes in from California, from Texas, from Oregon, Florida, Nevada, Virginia, it doesn't matter. It's all prepared the same way. It's consistent. There isn't more questions being asked than being answered, and we give them a decision-making capability that allows them to quickly move it through their pipeline and get it into an approval capacity. We average approximately 90-ish days from the time a contract hits our system to when the transaction is closed, funded, the servicer has done what they're supposed to do with the homeowner, and the file is closed at the servicer level and the homeowner moves on. So again, compared to most people out there we talk to who are averaging anywhere between 4 and 8 months, we are a much, much faster alternative.
So let me be clear on this. If I'm doing short sales, and my family actually sells real estate in Riverside, and we do short sales as well as REOs, and it is a challenge, having a short sale transaction from several different lenders, and then on each one of them there may be a second involved from another lender. Trying to manage the communication is really challenging doing it on your own. So you're telling me that by working with your company, there would be just one point of contact, irrespective of the lender, one point of contact if all those transactions are being managed by you.
Exactly. So one other point I should make is that when we have a contract in hand on a file and we've submitted documentation to the servicer, not only can you track it and see what's occurring, but you're also going to know that we're going to speak to that servicer at a minimum every other day, and in most cases every single day, to move the file along efficiently and expeditiously. Because the way these deals get done is not by chance. It's by pushing on them, showing them the value proposition of the short sale relative to a foreclosure, and ensuring that they understand what is going on in the transaction. The keys to success, again, there's several bullet points here, but having the proper documentation in a format that the servicer